understand it now. Like, looking out there, I understand this.
That's good beer.
You got a jumper or dig?
Oh, that's good beer. What is up, dudes? This is Dustin Wiseman here. Gonna throw out my introductory to, well, my brand new outdoors channel. We're gonna cover mostly fishing, but we're also gonna cover quite a bit of hiking, quite a bit of, camping, especially in the Nicholas County, Webster County neck of the woods. There is a lot of potential that a lot of people don't realize. We don't have as many young anglers out there, young people willing to start camping and hiking, so hopefully this will get them interested. So tomorrow we hit the water in my Pelican NXT 100 angler kayak. It's a pretty nice setup. It of course has everything you really need in a budget-friendly kayak. High-rise chair, which is my favorite part. That might have back problems, or maybe even a heavier set guy like me. Be really good for comfort. But let's talk about the main goal of tomorrow. So tomorrow's video is going to be me fishing with two things. We're going to go Texas rig and wacky rig, pretty plain and simple. But what we are doing, we're going to compare our cheaper brands, such as my 6-inch Yum Dingers. Got them in, of course, your watermelon seed, watermelon with blue flake. You've got black with gold flake, and we're going to compare them to the Googan Baits 5-inch Lunker log. These things are supposed to be pretty nice. Of course, they've been selling like hotcakes. We got them in watermelon seed and black and blue flake. Got the slaunch sauce, super salty. See what the hype is all about. I've been eager to try them myself. They're really hard to find in West Virginia, or at least in my neck of the woods. I drove hour plus to Beckley, and those were actually the last 2 packs of the Lunker logs. They had saucy swimmers, they had the Mondo worms. Didn't see a single crack and crawl. I was pretty bummed about that, but oh well. So throwing it on, we got the Field and Stream Sierra reel. It is a 7-0-1 bait cast reel. It's got your magnetic, and it has your centrifugal brake inside. We're going to be throwing it on the Field and Stream Tech Spec black rod It is 7-foot, medium heavy, extra fast action. In total, I think it's around 120 for that exact setup. Of course, you have to buy the rod and reel separate, but it is it's been a pretty good one for that $120 range. So everything that I'll be fishing in is mostly budget friendly, at least budget friendly for now, till we can get some really good gear. But stay tuned in, because tomorrow we start recording with, well, the main goal. Your Yum 6-inch dingers versus your Googan Baits Lunker logs. Let's see what the hype is about. Alright guys, we have made it. Here is the pond. A lot of lily pads, so that's always good signs. Then that is the cover I want to hit real hard. We're going to go ahead and launch a couple practice casts before we start switching to the old Lunker logs and stuff. Let's give it the try. Fish on right off the practice cast. Yes. Look at that. First bass, first cast. Not a bad little size one. I don't know. I'd say probably, I don't know, close to a pound. Probably not even close. Who knows? I couldn't get my piece to screw in, so everything's going to be really difficult to record. But just feeling these things, they feel great. They hook up great. I think I'm going to really like these Googan baits. So, as they say, join the takeover. Whatever. Oh, that's definitely a fish. That is definitely a fish. Ooh. And I lost my very first Lunker log. Can you believe that? Son of a... Okay guys, I'm not gonna lie, not having somewhere to actually hoist this phone up since my screws didn't work and ruined. Second fish on. This one was off the Googan bait, 5-inch Lunker log. We're gonna set her go. That one took a minute to realize it was back in the water. Alright guys, since I lost that Lunker log, I figured now would be the best time to switch it up anyway. Give one of my Yum Dingers a try. How about we go with, since we've been using black already, caught one fish off of a real cheap, I think just Big Bites worm. Caught one off the second cast off my Googan baits Lunker log. So now we're going to try black with gold flake, 6-inch Yum Dinger, and see where we're at with that one. Now I've noticed after hooking these things up, your Lunker logs, they just have a really good feel to them. They don't feel like cheap plastic. These Yum Dingers like this, every single time, I mean, if I just get snagged on any little bit of brush or any little bit of cover whatsoever, the first thing that happens is my top goes all the way down. It's even worse on an EWG. I don't know why. Maybe it's my fishing techniques. Maybe it's something that I'm personally doing wrong. So if you guys have any tips, just let me know. But we are going to cast this bad boy now. We are running with a 1/8 worm weight, black with gold flake, 6-inch Yum Dinger on a 2/0 round bend hook. Let's try it. With this water as still as it is, oh my gosh, it's a dream to paddle. I am using no muscles, it seems, which, as you guys can tell, I have no muscles. I think it. Oh yeah, little bass, but little bass. All right, quit moving. Third bass of the day. I don't think there's big ones in here so far. That was off my 6-inch Yum Dinger in black. He got it, but this was probably my 15th cast. I don't know. I kind of stopped counting, but there was a little bit where I didn't record. So here it is. Here's another little part of my little review. As we can see, my worm is already ripped. Now, since I lost that first Googan baits off that last bass, I don't know how well they tear versus these, but I can tell you one thing: these $2 packs, I think they come in 8 Yum Dingers. They will catch fish, but I mean, they're not lasting hardly at all. I think you have about a 2 fish life off of them. So hopefully these Googan baits you can maybe get, I don't know, I'd like to see 3, 4, maybe even 5 bass off those. But since I lost that first one, I don't know. So we are rigged back up with a pretty ripped worm. Once again, showing it right there. Let's keep fishing. Today's a warm day in the beginning of June for West Virginia. I don't know how many of you are watching this are from West Virginia, but we had the absolute funkiest spring this year. Had next to no winter. Literally camped on, I think, December 30th, and it was 60 degrees by the river. 60 and sunny. And then we didn't really have winter hardly at all. Then we ended up with a real funky spring where all it did was rain for a couple weeks straight. Then after the rain stopped, it was just instant summer. Instantly hit. But then again, in West Virginia, it is the same exact. Well, in West Virginia, you have those days where you wake up blasting heat, and then by the evening, blasting your AC. Because yes, we have seen it to where it's been 30 and snowy, and then turn around and be 65 and sunny by that evening. I can't get from staying out of frickin' grass. So far we're at 1 fish with each. And so far I'm at several casts on my Lunker log. And it was ripped after 1 fish. There's a blow up right here, so let's try to hit it. Yeah, I think I've thrown 20 plus casts on my Yum Dinger so far. And it was 2 casts with my Lunker log. So far, I am a firm believer of the Lunker logs. Fish. Fish on. Oh man, 4th fish. And this guy is easily the smallest fish. Easy to get the hook out though. Fuck. Small guy. Real small guy. 7 inches, maybe. Maybe 8. I doubt even that. Oh. Fish on. Fish on. 5th bass and probably maybe the biggest. That was off the Yum Dinger. I went wacky style, so a little bit better in size. Got him in the gill. He's bleeding a little bit, so let's go ahead and unhook him and put him in the water.
If you must know, I'm feeling like a fortune standing on the cliffside. Like a beggar, I gave everything away just to feel alive. Feel out, excuse me, please, been out of touch with the star. I know you bet too much on a boy who had no clue, spent all his time just trying to undo.
Number 6, guys. Number 6. Look how he got hooked. Barely on there. Barely on there. Number 6, guys. That was off of Watermelon Red, Googan Baits, Lunker Log. Here's where my durability is. A little bit of tears, which is expected still, but my gosh. This thing is holding up so much better. So many bugs. So much better than my Yum Dingers.
I didn't know what you said.
What's up, dude?
I think it is.
Here's our buddy Dustin. We'll conclude the video in a moment. All right, conclusion time. Want a really cold beer. Wait, we were talking about worms. Yeah, the beer can wait. Yeah, Yum Dinger versus Lunker Logs by Googan Baits. Does spending more money for your bait matter? Yeah, it does. No, it doesn't. Your Yum Dinger, quality-wise, isn't going to be as near the quality of a bait as the Lunker Logs. In my opinion, they rip faster. They don't stay on your hook as well. They do have salt in them, so that's always a good thing for the bite. But those Googan Baits, Lunker Logs, they stay on your hook better. They are a lot more durable of a plastic bait. They have that squanch sauce, so it's going to be that natural scent. I just think I caught a time where they stopped biting for a minute, and that's why I didn't catch more on the Lunker Logs than on the Yum Dinger. That's my personal opinion. Now, will I still be buying both? You bet your ass I will. Yum Dingers are they're some of the best bang for your buck. They're great, just like Zoom. You know, Zoom makes the trick and finesse worms, and I use those plenty as well. Especially Zoom African Special, great color. But Yum Dingers is always good to throw in, you know, a whole wacky rig box. Just to be able to slap one on an O-ring and just cast it. Slap one on a Texas rig and cast it. I think it's an excellent bait. But I personally think that the Lunker Logs are a lot better. Like I said, they're, well, more durable. The color schemes are great. I'm a fan. So, on to the beer. See ya.
I want another one.
You want to know that?
Oh yeah.